Welcome, Atomians, to Atomy International, the place where we learn, grow, and reach the top together. My name is Mike Sujadi, a Diamond Master. In today's episode of the One-on-One Global Leaders interview, we are going to invite a special leader from Malaysia. Let's find out who that is.
I am Jessica Pun Yin, Sharon Rose Master from Penampang, Sabah, and a proud honor to Penampang Amazing Center.
Welcome, Master Jessica, to the show. Good morning in Malaysia. How are you doing today?
Good morning to you, Mike. I'm great. It's so great. I'm so grateful actually to be part of your show today. I've been actually following you, and when you approached me, I was like, wow, I finally got to meet the creator of this Atomy International.
Wow, amazing. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So thank you again for accepting my invitation to this interview. I know you're a very busy leader, but I hope this will help a lot of Atomians learn about Atomy and its vision. Let's start with introducing yourself, Master Jessica.
Okay, thank you, Mike. I'm Jessica Pun Yin. I'm from Malaysia. Actually, I'm from the small town called Penampang, Sabah. I'm a mother of 3 growing children. They are teenagers now. Okay, I've been a housewife for 16 years. Okay, 16 years, and I was introduced Atomy in 2016. However, I was only a consumer. I still have doubt about Atomy, but as I experience the product, try the product, I love it, and I get to know the business opportunity on it. And then on in March 2018, which is March 2017, which is on the 28th, that was like no turning back. I decided to do Atomy till this day.
Wow, amazing. So who brought the Atomy to you, or how did you meet Atomy? Someone from your family or from your friends?
You know, this is a very funny story actually. Okay, all this while I've been trying to look for an opportunity, something to do, because I've been a housewife for a very long time, and I was searching high and low. Okay, I've searched through a lot of business opportunity, but somehow a lot of those business opportunity involve a lot of capital. All right, until one day, because I think I've been praying a lot. Okay, for opportunity. Then one day, my auntie called me up that she has a friend coming from Canada. All right, coming to Canada, that this friend would like to introduce a business opportunity. Then I was telling my auntie, let me think about it first, because I have like premonition, like, oh, this must be a multi-level business marketing, like, which I'm
right.
not interested at all. Okay,
Yes,
I'm really not interested at all. However, because I've been praying a lot, right, for business opportunity, and that day itself, actually, I have a lot of things planned. However, everything got cancelled. Everything got cancelled, and my auntie called me that day, just that afternoon, calling me, "Are you coming, Jessica? My friend is coming this time." Then I was thinking, okay, I have nothing to lose, so I just go. So I went to that meeting, and I met our sponsor from Canada, which is Ming Ayu and Ken.
Wow, I know them. They are the great leaders. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes, amazing.
Leaders,
yes. So that happened in 2016, correct?
Yes, correct.
And then you mentioned you decided to do Atomy in March 2017. That's almost a year or over a year. So what take you so long? What take you so long until like that time?
Okay, actually, I was only a consumer, but during that meeting, Star Master, Ming Ayu, mentioned 3 magic words, which is no registration fee, there was no package, and no monthly commitment. And that really was like, wow, I was really hoping that this business opportunity is true. Okay, but for someone who's very skeptical about MLM, is the network marketing, I had to take my time to digest. Okay, because I wanted, and I really want what you have mentioned to me is true. So I went back to do my own research. Okay, But I did sign up, become a member because he mentioned about the company background and how great is Atomy product, absolute price, absolute quality. So I wanted to try it myself before I start sharing. Right? You see. So when I was doing my own research, I found a lot of sharing from great leaders. Okay, great leaders from overseas. I didn't listen from Malaysia because we have language barrier. All right, that time they were only
Yes.
sharing a lot in Chinese. All right, so but I only speak Bahasa and English, so I had to go outside to learn. Then when I found these leaders, I couldn't believe it. You know, the first video that really caught me was I think His Royal Master now, right? Park Jae-yong.
Oh, Juyong Park. Yes.
Jae-yong Park, yeah.
That's
I
my
listened
favorite
to his
too.
video. Yeah, he's my favorite. Okay.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So when he shared, I was like, I couldn't believe it. So I was listening it like a week, every day, many times. I want to catch any word that I might have left out or something that something that I don't know. So I keep on listening to it. Then aside from him, I listen to Tilly as well and other amazing leaders. All right, because I
Yes.
want to confirm. I really wanted to confirm what I heard from Samasaming Ayu is correct. It's not a scam because I do not want to do something that will waste my time, and also that time I am very desperate for an opportunity because I really wanted to help my husband, myself, and
Yes.
also my children. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Amazing. So you mentioned that when you found Atomy in 2016, you are still working. So when you decided to do Atomy in 2017 March, were you still working or you quit your job and then full time in Atomy?
Actually, when I decided to do Atomy in 2017, March 28th, I was already a full-time housewife for 16 years. Okay.
Okay.
However,
Right.
in 2020, I did work for a year for a
Okay.
reason. Okay, I did work for a
Yes.
reason, even though I was earning passive income from Atomy because first I had my dream. I just want to experience because one day a company, a big corporation, that everybody been really wanting to work with that big corporation for a very long time, call me up. I didn't even apply for job. They
Okay.
called me up
Yes.
to ask me whether I want to try. So I wanted to try. I want to see how it feels working full time and doing Atomy in the same time. Because you know why? A lot of partners say I have no time because I have a full time job. Okay,
Yes.
but if you say about housewife, I've been a housewife, but the first few years doing Atomy, I managed to do Atomy very well. But I want to feel the feeling of working in a big corporation and also experience what does people mean by I'm working full time, okay, and I can't do Atomy. All right, but within that year when I was working full time with this big corporation, it's an oil and gas company. That's why I wanted to work. All right,
Okay.
so what I felt that I managed to do it. So people ask, so how do you do it? It's all about time management. We cannot
Yes.
say we have no time. It's all about how we manage our time. Definitely it's there. We
Yeah.
have time for work, home, children, my husband, and also myself, and I still manage
Yeah.
it.
Wow. Amazing. So are you still working at that company or you quit it?
Oh, I quit. I finally decided to quit March this year to 2021 because I had a goal, which is I wanted to achieve Leaders Club.
Right.
So
And
I want to do full time. Yeah. So
okay,
within the time frame, I achieved it.
you achieved it. Yeah, we're gonna go to there. I heard that you achieved it in this month, July. You enter the Leaders Club member. Amazing. Congratulations, Master Jessica. So that's amazing story. So let me get it straight. You were a full-time mother for 16 years, and then somebody from Canada. I wish you were me. You were me sharing the Adam, but I wasn't there yet. I actually joined 2018, so I wasn't in the picture. So a leader from Canada with your auntie, and then explain about the Atomy business, and then you were skeptical like most of us, including including me. So we were all skeptical about the MLM, and then but you love the products, correct? You've been using the product for until about a year until you decided to do Atomy March 28, 2017. So what kind of vision? I know you've been watching the Star Master Juyong Park video, probably the 8 Step to Success, and then his success journey video, like a road to success, Atomy vision. And I myself actually watch your leaders, Ming Ayu, Road to Success, and Atomy vision video as well. In that video, actually, he mentioned about he always traveled to Malaysia, and he has leader from Malaysia, and then he coach and he do the missionary. I was always wondering, who is this leader? Who is this leader? And then 2.5 years later, I found one of the leader is Sharon Rose Master Jessica Pun Yin. Wow, amazing! This is an honor for me to interview in my one-on-one global leader for interview. Thank you so much. I'm so thrilled.
Thank you so much, Mike. You know what? Star Master Ming Ayu said, I'm his best student. You're my Malaysia best student. You really
Malaysia,
listen.
yeah.
I really listened to him what he said. Yeah.
Wow. So with that distance challenges, how did you communicate with the Star Master Ming Ayu?
By text message through WhatsApp only, and sometimes voice message. Okay, but however, this business is for everyone. Like, because I really wanted to be successful in Atomy, and I have a wonderful, amazing leader who's always there 24 hours. If we have questions, he will, when he wakes up, he definitely will answer. But sometimes I do wonder whether he sleeps, because sometimes I text him midnight and he answers straight away. You see, I think he also like you working 4 hours, all right?
Yes.
But in Atomy, my leader said, this is your business. You see, we cannot always depend on our leaders. We need to take steps to be independent and look for our own resources.
Yes.
Look for our own style. Look for our ways in, sharing, building, and growing our partners and also our Atomy. Yeah.
That's right. Yes. Since you mentioned it, I remember like my dad used to be a boxer. My dad already passed away, but out of the 10 matches, nine of them actually he won. He knocked out the opponent. One of it actually he lost because of the points. And at that time, he said he has a great coach. He had a great coach. It means because the coach doesn't go into the ring, you actually are the boxer into the ring. So you're gonna find your own style. You're gonna find your own strength and weakness, right? But the coach is just to mentor you to make sure that you're on the right track to become a great boxer or a great Atomian. And there you are, entering the Leaders Club this month. Amazing, Sharon Rose Master Jessica Pun.
Thank you
So
much.
yeah, you're welcome. So you said you quitted your last time or your first time, maybe your last time job as well, and you converted to a full-time Atomy back in when did it say March 2021, right? March 2021. And you said you wanted to enter the Leaders Club, which you already did. Amazing. But what are your dreams through Atomy?
My dreams in Atomy. Okay, I would like to share something. All right.
Yes,
something
please.
more personal for me. When I got to know Atomy, I know it is amazing platform, a vehicle that can bring us to places, to many dreams, and make dreams become a reality. However, no matter how good, how great the vehicle is, the business opportunity is, but if we couldn't change ourselves, we will never achieve that dream, right?
That's correct. Yes.
So, when I started my Atomy journey, why I took time, because I know Atomy is the great business already, but I need to change myself. I need to change my mindset, my attitude, and my weaknesses that I identified. Because being a housewife for a very long time, I have very, very low self-esteem. I'm so worried of what people judge about me, and why I'm doing Atomy, and what will they say me doing Atomy. All right. So there are so many fears involved in me wanting to start. So I had to start changing myself by creating good habits. So I started from there. That's why it takes time. It took some time because I need to reset my mind. All right, reset my mind. So
Yes.
as I took courage, I took courage with my journey. I discovered myself and who I can be.
Yes.
Only by that way we can be successful in Atomy. And my dreams in Atomy is how I felt when I started. Because we all know Atomy is a wonderful, amazing business opportunity, can transform us. However, we have fear in ourselves. So my dream is to help to transform a lot of those fear to power, to believing in themselves, in change, in growing, in learning, in gaining their self-confidence again. That is my dreams in Atomy. Because we know everybody can be successful in Atomy, but that can
That's right.
only be achieved through ourselves, through
Yes.
within ourselves. Because you can push me, motivate me as much as I can. But if I am not willing to change, I'm not willing to learn, it will never happen. So that
That's
is
right.
what I want to do in my Atomy journey, and how I see is empowering people, helping people to believe in themselves that they can be somebody.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing your dreams. Like I've been interviewing maybe over 10 global leaders, and this is actually my first time interviewing a house mother, like a housewife, a full-time housewife for 16 years. That's amazing. Like I cannot relate 100%, but if I look at my wife is also working, but she just started maybe like 5 years ago. But if I look at my brother's wife, is a full-time mother. Being a full-time mother for that long, like you said, you had a low self-esteem, and then you decided that you want to change yourself before you change other people under you. So that's really amazing commitment. So what kind of steps, or what kind of maybe you read books, or you listen to a mentor, or can you share how did you change from a low esteem housewife to a great leader in Atomy?
Okay, the few things that I did was I really needed to have a goal. I want to share my life scenario later, but let me share this
Sure.
beginning
Yes,
journey.
please. Yeah.
Okay. When I started, I needed to change my mindset, right? So I didn't have much at that time. You know, financially, we depend on our husband. So I don't want to burden him anymore. So I listened to motivational every single day without fail. Without fail. So I listened all those things that I wanted to change. About time, about self-esteem, about confidence, about empowering, about fear, all those things. I listen it every day, and I read a lot of books. And the book
Yes.
that really transformed me was which is the secret, how it changed my life, because we are human beings. You know, there are a lot of books, and normally they give facts, but like me, I'm a human being, a mother. I can relate to stories that I can remember and I can tell. And that is how I read a lot of books, and I start to listen to videos from a lot of amazing leaders, how they go through the 8 steps, the eight steps to success, and building good habits, the 8 steps of building of good habits, and also so I try to follow it. So I thought I'm not being good, but without really noticing it, that I was like becoming somebody that, wow, I never thought I can do this. I never thought I can speak. I never thought I can share. I never thought
Yeah.
a lot of things. So I just took courage. I take one step at a time, because it's an overwhelming picture. So take it one step at a time. Each time I reach, I achieve something, I reward myself through eating or watching Netflix. You see, because we sacrifice a lot of our time. So all
That's
these things
correct.
is a reward for me. Yeah, things like that.
Wow, so that's amazing. I mean, going back to the old Tomians that watch this VOD, if you are a housewife, full-time mother like Sharon Rose, Master Jessica, this can relate easily for you. Like I have a lot of members also housewife. Whenever I ask them, hey auntie, why don't you do Atomy? And they said, Mike, I'm not the type person who can speak like you. I cannot recruit this and that. It's not about that. It's really hard to break through their mindset because they thought that I've been housewife so many years. What am I, right? I'm not type of leader. It's not about that. It's about yourself. If you can change yourself, you can change the world. Amazing. Thank you so much, Master Jessica, for confirming that. So this is amazing. This is actually interesting. When you joined Atomy in 2016, and then you actually started or committed to do Atomy full time in 2017 March. Next year in 2018, you achieved Diamond Master in March, exactly 1 year. And then not long time after that, in August, you become a Sharon Rose Master. Can you explain what was your activity between that?
Okay, this happens because I did my life scenario. Okay, because all this while growing up, I never know about what life scenario. I don't know what it's all about. So when I achieved my self master in 2017 in July, I attended my first Success Academy in August, and I was so blessed and lucky because Chairman Park Hang-il was there. You see. So, and one of the most important session in Success Academy is life scenario, right?
Yes, correct. Correct.
So, when I attended my first life scenario, there was a book there. There was a book, but I never bothered. Looking at that book. I thought it was only a notebook. Okay, until that session came, life scenario where we were told, and also encouraged to write down the book life scenario.
That's
and
right.
my leader was that, which is Star Master Rebecca Wang. All right.
Okay.
So
Yes.
she took that book and write it and gave it to me and opened it, and she told me, Jessica, write down the life scenario. You know what I did? I pushed back that book. I said, I don't know what I want to write because I am still a typical housewife. Because my goal initially was only to earn 500 ringgit to 2,000 ringgit because I still look down on myself. I didn't see a bigger picture yet. I didn't dream big yet because I thought, for me changing my mind, I thought this is as far as I can go. All right. But when Rebecca gave me that book again, she said, now, even though you're a housewife, you must have your dreams that you've been hiding inside of you. Then I told her, because fear was there already. Like, I'm scared that my hopes and dreams that is very deep inside of me, right? I want to cry. Anyhow, because that is a very emotional moment for me because it is my breakthrough actually. So then I gave back. No, I cannot. I said because I had a partner there. Let her do it. I said because she did it before. No, Jessica, I want you to do it. Rebecca insists me in doing it. So she told me, Jessica, when you write down this book, your life scenario, feel it with your heart. Feel it with your heart, write it down. Cry if you must, she said.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, so when I wrote down my life scenario, I was crying like it was flooding,
Wow.
For a very long time, I never knew there was so many dreams inside of me. Especially remembering my parents, my spouse, my children, and everything around me. So yeah, that was a breakthrough. I wrote that life scenario, it changed my life. That is why I achieved Diamond Master and Sharon Rose Master the following year. Because after after writing the life scenario, I saw a bigger plan. I see a bigger picture. I see a plan. I see a roadmap to my future.
Yes.
Yeah. Then I started to write down Diamond and Sharon Rose Master, and that is how it went on.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, that's what an experience. You have your Star Master actually guiding you, write down your own personal life scenario in front of you. And like most of my members, they're like, we're abroad. I'm in Canada, they're in Indonesia, some in US. We don't have time to meet because of the COVID-19, but you actually had your moment with your Star Master, Rebecca Wong.
Yes.
and actually guided you herself that this is how to write or to guide you the right way. I cannot relate, that's really amazing, Master Jessica. I mean, you were a full-time housewife for 16 years. For you to change that for a breakthrough, that takes really commitment, like a strong commitment and desire, definitely. Wow, I applaud you again, personally, sincerely, from my bottom of my heart. Wow, amazing. So
Thank you so much. Yes.
you're welcome. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you have a lot of challenges because
Oh, yeah.
I know you're a housewife and then you try to share Atomy. And who are you? I mean, are you trying to take profit on me? But if you can take one, what is your biggest challenges in Atomy journey?
Okay. Rejection. Rejection from my own family, from my best friends, and so on. Because when they rejected me, even my own husband, my own husband, when he said, I told him I wanted to do Atomy, he said, I don't think you're going to belong in Atomy. You're not going to do well in Atomy. Wow, from my husband, it really struck
Wow.
my heart. Okay, yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I said, I think it's good to do. Okay, so when I started doing Atomy, I keep on telling myself, my why, my why, my why, my why. I cannot stop. I cannot. Because why? I've been a housewife for a very long time.
That's
And
right.
we have been going through a lot of ups and downs together for a very long time. And I was thinking, is this the life that I'm going to live? That I'm going to be in another 10 years, 20 years, 30 years to come? I asked myself. So I told myself, okay, this cycle has to change, and that change has to start for me and has to start for myself. So every rejection is a learning process for me, because first, Atomy was quite new at that time, and a lot of people don't know what is Atomy, and that is the challenge of educating new partners what is Atomy all about. Till to this
That's
day,
right.
there are still many people who don't know what is Atomy about.
That's right.
What is Atomy, right? So
Yes.
that is one of it. Yeah.
Wow. Rejection. Because most of us, we are not born for rejection. We are usually get accepted by our parents, by our friend. We are looking for acceptance. But when we started Atomy, you're gonna face a lot of rejection, not just Master Jessica, right? All the leaders, all the global leaders that I interview, they said the same thing. They get rejected by family, they get rejected by close friends, but doesn't matter. They're not gonna pay your bills. You're the one paying your own bills. So make sure you succeed in Atomy, right? Those rejection will not pay our bills. That's pretty much a fuel for us to move forward in spite of the rejection.
Yes, exactly. Because when people reject me, or people, one of my fear last time was people saying why Jessica's doing Atomy, and people being worried of being judged, right? And I think of
Yes.
myself, one of the motivation also I had, why worry what people say? Because they
That's
don't
correct.
understand our journey. They don't know what is our why. Are they going to pay for our food, our loans and everything? No,
I don't think so.
can do that. Exactly. So I was like, no, this is going straight highway.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. You said your auntie actually is your relative, and then you got rejected by your own family. So are your family now in Atomy, are doing Atomy business with you, or not yet still?
Oh, everybody's doing Atomy now. The whole family is doing Atomy. Which is great. Even
Wow.
my sisters. Even though some of my brother, some of my sisters not doing, but they are consumer. They are not building, but they are consumer. So which is good. And I have few sisters doing that business. Yeah.
Any of them that are in the mastership with your Sharon Rose Master?
My one sister, she's a diamond master.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe next time I will invite her to this interview. let's
sure,
schedule for that
sure.
one. Okay,
Sure.
that's amazing. I mean, thank you so much. I mean, even though that I only listening to maybe not even 10%, maybe 1% of your journey, I can already feel the happiness, the sadness, and the excitement in Atomy. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So, was there a time that you wanted to quit doing Atomy?
In Atomy, none. I have
Never.
no moment that I wanted to quit, because I have already decided that I want to do Atomy, and it's like going straight. Okay, jalan terus, we say. Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna go all the way. So every obstacle that I face, I don't accept it an obstacle. I take that as a learning process. When we reach a point where it becomes an obstacle, many will say, right. But
Yes.
instead, I take that as a learning process. Why? Why we have obstacles? Because we do not know this level yet. We have not.
Yeah.
None of us have that experience. If we are not willing to go through this obstacle, this experience, how do you think our partners will go through it if we ourselves is not willing? So it's all
That's
about
right.
a learning process to go up to the next level and another level to Imperial Master.
Wow, amazing spirit. You never wanted to quit. That's amazing. I wanted to quit multiple times. I can't even remember how many times I wanted to quit. Because this is the thing, when you have another option that, like me, I'm not a full-time in anime. I'm still a part-time, but I have my full-time job. But I was doing anime not like a full-timer, not like a part-timer, sorry. I committed at least 4 to 6 hours, sometimes 8 hours per day, that I want to become a full-timer, but I couldn't because I couldn't leave my daytime job or full-time job because I still have to pay the bills. But in order to get a full-time income, of course you have to work full-time in anime, right? So when you have, like some of my leaders, they also have a business or a daytime job. When they face rejection, they said, if I'm not succeeding in anatomy, I'm fine. I have my business, I have my job. So they don't have the drive. But like Master Jessica, she's actually a full-time mother with a full-time housewife. She didn't have any option, right? She didn't have, oh, where do I go? I didn't get any income. I only rely from my husband. This is my only option for me to go all the way to Imperial Master. When you have that attitude, I think you can break through everything in front of you, right, Master Jessica?
Yes, indeed. Coming back, remember I worked last year and I recently resigned. Okay?
Resign, yeah.
After working full time, experiencing working full time and doing anatomy, yes, it is doable for sure. But it's okay because I've reached a passive income type, which is like I'm earning around ringgit Malaysia 30 plus ringgit every month. So that is passive income to me.
Yes.
And working full time because I'm in the operations side in my full-time job, and I was like working 24 hours because we are involved in job flying crew around the world to Malaysia to work here in our oil and gas industry, right? So after considering these two, then I said, okay, I resigned my full-time job and just do admin. I think I've learned enough and experienced enough from my full-time job. And I'm not saying that doing full-time and having a full-time job is wrong, okay? I will say full-time job is a blessing, especially as this pandemic time, because
During
it's
the
not
pandemic.
easy, to earn income now. And everybody is like finding ways how to earn income. Yeah.
Yes. So again, Tomian, when you hear Master Jessica said, when you have your full-time job, you should be grateful. Do that like you are doing that nobody else can do, because a lot of people lose their job, reduce hour. If you're still making the same amount of money, be grateful and then do anime actually more harder. Don't wait until you lose your job and do anime harder. It's already too late. That's amazing confirmation.
Your plan B as well. Yeah. Remember my aunt who introduced anatomy to me? She is also now a Shenrose master.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Wow.
she's also a Shenrose master, and she is already having plans to retire in a few years' time, because she's making as much as her full-time job, because she's holding a very high rank in the in her corporate work. So yeah, and she's earning she's doubling her income now.
Wow. Is he in the Leaders Club member as well?
Not yet.
No, yeah, right?
Yeah, she's my
you can mention you can mention her name. It's okay. What's her name?
Oh, her name is Rose. Shenrose Master Rose Pun, my auntie.
Oh, Rose Spoon. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Tomian, I will give the link. If I found on CH Academy, you can find. Is he there in the CH Academy, Malaysia?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Perfect.
she is.
Yeah, and I will also share Sharon Rose Master Jessica, she was actually featured in the Atomy UK, sharing the one of the lecture over there. I will also give a link over on the top over
Thank you
here.
so
Thank you so much. Yeah, and also, oh yeah, before I forget, Master Jessica also have a YouTube channel, and her YouTube channel name is Jessica Pun Yin. Make sure you subscribe. I will give in the description as well, so you can subscribe and follow her channel as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. So, because you said you never wanted to give up, but what motivated you to keep going in Atomy until you become Imperial Master? There must be something that motivated you. What was it?
Okay, because I'm a full-time housewife for a very long time, right? And I
yes.
really wanted to earn that income. So when I received my first income, which is in April 2017, it was 264 ringgit. And before that, my dream was to earn 500 ringgit. But I haven't received that money. But when I earned my first 264 ringgit, suddenly my mind just changed. Okay, my mind just changed. And I said to myself, wow, what did I do to earn this 264 ringgit? Then it became a purpose. I said to myself, because I'm talking from a housewife perspective, if I educate and share this all housewives around the world, we could create a housewife revolution where all the housewives could start earning through their income. Start earning income just through their spending. That's it. So that is how my journey started. So I started with a lot of housewives because I was a housewife and I don't have a lot of friends. My housewife is my kids' school, a mother, or my kids' activity in gymnastics. So those are the two groups that I always approach, and also my group of girlfriends who are mothers. Yeah, we started like that, and I noticed the challenge is like me, self-esteem.
That's right. Okay, I actually watched one of the Instagram live when you were invited by Indonesian Instagram celebrity, right? So you actually shared it. I actually asked the question myself.
Yeah.
How to motivate housewife to do Atomy with you? And I think you already explained in that. But if you can explain here, so all the housewife can learn from Master Jessica.
Okay, we have to know, like whether we Atomy or not Atomy, all right? We are housewives who constantly spend for our household, for our personal, for our children, for our home, everything, all right?
Right.
So what if every one of us learn and understand what is Atomy all about and learn the concept, and from then on, everybody would actually start earning through our spendings. Everybody can start through their spending, but it's not easy. I'm sure it is not easy because
That's right.
it takes courage to start sharing, because a lot of us have been housewives for a very long time. We are not used to some of the norms that we are not familiar with. So it's important to build. It is important to build, to let them feel themselves, because before I'm a housewife, before I'm a mother, I'm a woman. I'm a woman with hopes and dreams as well. So I always ask them, before you're a mom, before you're a housewife, I'm sure you're a mom, you're a woman, right? You're somebody's daughter as well. So don't you have any other dreams aside from as mother and a housewife? See, so that made a lot of my partners, my friends, when they think like, yeah, I also want to achieve something, but how? So that is how building comes in, where we have to build character, we have to guide them where to start, how to learn, how to go through the process. Yes.
That's right. Yes. So there you go, housewife. Learn from Master Jessica experience, right? If you are a housewife full time, don't be afraid. It's not gonna be intimidating because you're gonna spend anyway, because we're gonna spend for toothpaste, toothbrush, laundry detergent, you name it, we spend it anywhere else, right? Why don't we spend it in Atomy and do Atomy, learn about Atomy, right? That's amazing. Thank you. So okay, you have a lot of achievement. You actually become a sales master in 2017, right? In March, correct? And then
a sales master in March, July.
oh, July,
Sales
sorry,
master
yeah,
in July 2017.
July
And
2017.
and by October 2017, I become auto.
Oh, okay. So since October 2017 is always auto every period. Wow, that's amazing. And then on 2018, March of this 2018, you become a Diamond Master, and in August you become a Sharon Rose Master, and then 2021, which is this month, July, you enter the Leaders Club member. Wow, that's amazing. So out of those a lot of achievement, what was your biggest achievement in Atomy?
My biggest achievement, my dream, was to help my husband, if can, rest from working offshore. Okay, rest from working offshore and be with our kids, because I know as a husband and the sole provider for our family, he missed our children growing up. When I gave birth, 3 days after, he had to leave for work. So it breaks his heart. It really breaks his heart. They miss our, for like, I'll say like 14, 13 years. We only had 2 times Christmas together.
Really?
14 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And I missed a lot of our wedding anniversary. Maybe I celebrated only a few times, within that 14 years. And our kids growing up, their achievement and so on. So it hurts him, It really hurts him that when he comes back, he has to relearn and understand his children. So my dream was to help him to actually rest from working offshore for so long. We don't want that income from offshore become our main income. All right.
That's correct.
So since 2019, he had been resting up to this day. And he's supporting me with the Atomy. No need offshore anymore.
No need. So he actually quit the job?
Yeah, not quit. It's just that because working offshore, it's like if you go to work, you have income, because they are freelancer.
Yes.
Freelancer company will not take them full time because their rate is quite high, but now not that high. Anyhow, that's how it is.
Okay, so he's now still working, but he's actually in Malaysia instead of traveling offshore.
In Malaysia, and haven't went work in Malaysia or offshore any job for 3 years.
Oh, so for 3 years he's pretty much retired.
2 years.
Oh, 2 years. Wow. I wish I were him. I could retire like him. That's my plan. Okay, that's amazing, Master Jessica. So that's your biggest achievement, when you see your husband actually saw the vision in Atomy instead of being, I remember you said you will quit after a few months, then let's see, right? Now he actually enjoying the lifestyle of Atomy, a balanced life. Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So was there a special strategy that you did in Atomy as a housewife?
A strategy? Yes, it did. As I mentioned earlier, Atomy is a super amazing vehicle, a super business opportunity. No matter how good the business opportunity is, but if we couldn't build character, we couldn't build somebody's self-esteem, it will never happen. So in the way we do it, we're constantly growing, motivating, discover their talent, because everyone has different talent, right?
Yes.
Everybody have different talent. Not everybody can become speakers. Not everybody can do social media that well. Not everybody can do video very well. So what we do is we help to discover each other's talent and we combine it. And when we combine it, we are actually complementing each other and help to build each other's network. So we work like crazy, I will say. Our social media is like crazy. Our sharing is like crazy. When I started Atomy, when there was a school holiday, it was 8 days school holiday. Okay, I did 3 home parties in a day.
3 home party. Wow.
Yeah, that is how crazy I was. And
Yes,
every
yes.
weekend, non-stop. I was like home party everywhere. Like where if it's 1 hour away, we will go. 2 hours away,
Mm,
we will go. You know, that is how crazy we were. Even somebody new in as our partner, if they keen, we
mm,
just go to their place and help to organize home party, educate them to a home party, because home party really helps to activate senses.
for
So that
sure.
is the
Yes.
yeah. So it really plays a very important role in growing, okay, in building, in sharing, and introducing people, new people, Etsy products, okay, because the business, we don't share the marketing plan straight away. We want to build pro consumer,
Mm,
a consumer first. Once they love the products, then they will start. Then we induce information about the marketing plan. Then after that, when they get interested, we 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 put them all in the group and we educate them and we share. It's like a management, Mike,
yes,
like,
right.
because we
Yeah.
are growing, right? We are a growing team. So there is the
Mm,
management where, from as my standpoint, I have partners who I really take care of, and my partners will take care of their partners. That is how
mm,
we go. It's a management because we cannot go all around. We might miss out. So
yes.
we want to take care of everyone by having a proper management.
Wow, amazing. There you go. A special strategy from Master Jessica. Thank you so much. So, Master Jessica, I think you mentioned that you have your daughter and gymnastic, right? And then you are a housewife. Uh, I remember that you shared that as a housewife, when you said, I don't have time, I have to bring this kid to here, to there. But you actually have your time with your phone and then share Atomy. Can you explain about that? I really love that one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Like, when I was building, because at first I started want to build myself, right? So every morning I listen to motivation with my kids at the back when I send them to school. All right. And I go back, I listen again at home. I do my housework while listening, about Atomy, because I really want to add knowledge. The more we know, it's easier for us to run our business, right?
Correct.
That's part of it. So when after fetching my kids, when before fetching my kids, I normally will go 1 hour early. I'll be parking there 1 hour early because I don't want to stuck in the jam and waste time. When I park properly, I do follow-ups with my partners for sharing products. So I will search through. I have a book, I have a book where I check who my partners are. It's a planning. It's a planning book who I want to follow up today and so on. So I do follow up, I do planning, all those things, and do sharing. All right. So after that, I go back. I go back. Then after that, I'll look at me again. Attend my children. So before their training, okay, I will go to the gym because their training is 4 to 3 times in a week in the gymnasium hall. Okay, so at the gymnasium hall, I'll be listening. We will be doing Zoom session or attending 1 day seminar, or I have partners coming to the gymnasium hall. We do coaching, we do strategy planning and so on. So it's all about planning our day because there is no such thing as we have no time. It's all about planning it properly. Definitely we will make time for it.
Wow, thank you for sharing. There you go. There's no reason for you not to have time. Look at Master Jessica. She's busy all over, cleaning the house, putting the kids in the gymnastic. But we are living in the generation of the best time because everything is on the smartphone. We can actually talk to our friend like 12-hour different, 24-hour what with the touch of our thumbs, right? So there's no reason that you cannot share Atomy. Of course, the pandemic, I don't know, in Malaysia, I heard the COVID-19 forced Malaysia to lock down again, the third MCO, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So thankfully, Atomy business is an online business. We don't have offline seminar anymore, right? We don't have any center meetings or any gatherings anymore because of the lockdown. So everything is online. You can always tap into the system. Like Master Jessica, you can always listen from the VOD or for the online seminar, and then you just do whatever that your house chores that you have to do. It doesn't mean you just sit there and watch the VOD. Amazing.
True.
That's
True.
yeah, thank you for sharing that. So, Master Jessica, we are down to a few last questions. So, what was the most memorable moment in Atomy?
memorable when I see a
Moment.
lot of my partners. Oh, I want to cry at this at this question. I love this question. My memorable, not my memorable. It's still ongoing to see partners. We know their story because when we building relationship in Atomy is very important. So my most memorable one is when I see partners transform, and from somebody who was worried, happier, you see them smiling, you see them, more confident. You see them building other and so on. So that is one of the best moments in my life because I know that to me it's no longer about me. It's
Yes.
about building more partners, helping more partners to see and discover themselves and how they can be a best version of themselves. That is
Wow, that's really noble, memorable moment. I would say that you are caring about your partners instead of yourself. You're not saying, "Oh, I'm entering the Leaders Club member. That's my memorable moment." But your most memorable moment is seeing your partners change and then achieving their dreams. That's amazing, Master Jessica. So, where do you see yourself in the next 2 years and 5 years?
next 2 years and 5 years. 2 years time, I will see myself becoming a star master.
Yes.
Okay, and I become star master means I have a lot of growing partners. So I'm so excited for them to grow. I'm so excited for them to progress. For me to progress, my partners must progress first. Success will only
Correct.
come when we build our partners. So that is all our focus are building partners. Non-stop.
That's right.
And 5 years time, 5 years time, I'm not sure yet, but I do hope that I'll be a Royal Leaders Club by then.
Yes.
Royal Master. Yeah.
Royal Master, and hopefully in the Royal Leaders Club member as well.
Amen.
Yes, but most of the Royal Master, they're actually in the Crown Leaders Club member. So Royal Master is gonna be automatic. that's
Yeah.
that's how I learned, right? Hopefully they'll come true. So I wish you luck in Atomy.
Yeah.
So the next question will be a wishy-washy question. This is just like a talking question, right? If you were to redo Atomy all over again, what would you change?
If I will redo, none.
Yes,
None.
nothing
just
that you
love-
will change.
None. I just love the way we're growing it. I love my friendship. I love the people that I meet. I love the way everybody contributing. I love everybody's working together as a family. Because Atomy is big, like it's a big family. What
Yes.
I really love about is that I noticed it. For us to be successful, we need to build unity.
Yes,
So
that's right.
despite having my left leg and also my right leg, I don't differentiate them. And these two partners, my left and my right, don't differentiate each other. They see themselves as together, as unity, as a unit. That's why I don't want to change anything because everybody is selfless, loving, helping, teamwork. Everything is there. So I love it
That's
so
right.
much.
Wow. Just like a saying that everything happens for a reason. So if you're actually in the bad groups or have a bad sponsor, there must be a reason for you to be in that group. So don't despise it, don't become resentful, just be grateful and then just work toward your dreams. Amazing. You didn't want to change yourself. Anything. Okay, so what kind of tips that you can give for new people or new members joining Atomy? What kind of tips?
Okay, in Atomy, you really have to look at the bigger picture of Atomy. I always like to ask partners, when they get involved in Atomy, they are interested in Atomy, I will always ask them, what do you see in Atomy? Okay, I ask them to see a bigger picture and what is Atomy to them, because they really need to understand what is Atomy to them, why they get involved in doing Atomy.
Correct.
So a lot of partners will answer, oh, it's absolute price, absolute quality, online shopping mall. Then I ask, is there anything else in Atomy that you see? They don't know. They don't understand it yet because it's all about discovery, right? So that is where we
Yes.
open a bigger mind, a bigger window. If you say Atomy, is Atomy is a second chance for you to change your life? Is Atomy about empowerment? Atomy is about selflessness, love, kind, building, learning, and so on. You have to understand what is Atomy. Then you can start in Atomy.
Wow, thank you. There you go, new people. When you just become an Atomy member, just like follow what Sharon Rose Master Jessica said, right? Learn more about Atomy and discover what is Atomy. And to you, probably some of us different the meaning of Atomy, right? But whatever it is, we are actually having a dream to have customer success. It means that you will be successful. Just become a customer as well. You don't have to be a leader in Atomy. That's amazing. But the next question, what kind of tips that you can give to partners that are giving up, that just want to throw in the towel? That's it, I quit.
I don't give up. It's the ways. Okay, first of all, you have joined Atomy for a reason. And you need to really understand what is the why, okay? You have invested a lot of the time, you have invested in learning, you have invested in growing, you have invested in, recruiting, you have invested in building, you have invested in a lot of those procedures, all right? If you give up, what will happen to your partners? You are equally responsible for them. What will happen to them? Because if you give up, you're throwing out your dreams. If you're only throwing out your dreams, it's okay, but you are also throwing a lot of other people who are there looking up at you, expecting you to lead them, expecting you to guide them, give ideas. Then
That's true.
You have to rethink why you are giving up. Why? You have to put everything into consideration why you want to give up. When you give up, if only you yourself who is affected, it's okay. But if it's affecting the whole people, not only one dream destroyed, but many, many dreams will be destroyed as well. So really think about it. Sometimes obstacle is a learning process because we never went through it. We never learned it. So when we reach an obstacle, be grateful. Be proud. You know what? Because we have reached another level
Yes.
where, wow, we're going to learn something and we will be better. And when we learn, we can duplicate it to our partners. So
Correct.
be proud of every obstacle. I'm proud of every obstacle. I love obstacles.
Wow, there you go, partners. Do not give up. Never give up. You're gonna affect a lot of people under you, right? So do not give up. We are actually finished all the questions. Sharon Rose Master Jessica, thank you so much. So is there any closing words that you want to give to your members, to your groups, to all over the world?
There is. Thank you so much, Mike. Atomy is a wonderful, beautiful business opportunity. It's not only business, but it's also an opportunity to live a healthy lifestyle, to enjoy good products. But in the same time, we are expanding ourselves, rediscovering ourselves. We are also building others. We are helping to change the world actually in Atomy.
That's right.
Be the messenger of hope. We are the messenger of hope in Atomy. So don't give up. Keep on going because one day you definitely will be there. Because sometimes it is God's timing for us. It is God's timing for us because God wants us to learn something through that process. When you accept that challenge, He will give you something.
Wow, thank you so much. It's a so beautiful closing word. I just drawn into that closing word. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Master Jessica. Appreciate your time to do this one-on-one interview at Atomy International. I truly wish your success through Atomy and reaching the top together.
Yes,
And back to you.
wonderful.
Yes, thank you so much. And to you all Atomians, if you have watched this video and if you enjoy the video, make sure you click the like button and share it to your friend, to your family, to your prospect, right? To your members. And don't forget to leave a comment there. Maybe there's some question that we haven't answered or we haven't brought it up. You always comment there and we probably have the answer for you. And also for the next one-on-one global leader interview, we're gonna give you like a leak, like a hint. It'll be a global leader from Russia, so you don't want to miss it. Make sure you subscribe, and then you wait for that it to be premiere, maybe in the next few weeks, maybe in next month, but you never know, right? I'll see you all at the top. Okay, let's say aja 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 aja
Aja.
aja